put anything in their mouth, like my nephew Patrick. I still remember my sister Madeline telling me how that my nephew Patrick, who now has children of his own, but when he was little, was in the backyard, and he was one of these kids who would put things in his mouth. He always was putting things in his mouth. And Madeline was talking to me. She said, "Do you know what happened today? Patrick was in the backyard, and I was doing some gardening, and I turn around and I see him, and he's got this big old bulge in his cheek. So I know he put something in his mouth." So she says, I said, "Patrick, what do you have in your mouth?" And Patrick's a couple of years old, and he just looks back at Mom and goes, like that, doesn't answer. He said, I'm sorry, it's impolite to speak when your mouth is full. No, he looks at her and he goes, She says, "Patrick, what do you have in your mouth?" So she walks up, she says, "David, I went and I got my finger and I stuck it in his mouth, and I started looking for whatever it is." All of you mamas in this room have done this, I'm sure. Just, and pull something out. It was a snail. It was a snail. Gross, slimy snail. Big old bulge. That's when I found out I'm French. I did not know I was French till he ate some snails. They will put, you know it and I know it, babies will put anything in them. And not only that, but have you ever watched babies trying to feed one another? I have. You get a little kid here and they're eating some apple sauce or whatever, and there's another baby there, and then they get that and they try and put it in the mouth of the other baby, and it's all over the face, and before you know it, they're fighting and crying and mad at each other, and there's applesauce all over them and things like that. Babies try to school each other, and they'll eat anything. That's why spiritual babies need mature believers to feed them, encourage them, and teach them so that they don't do things like that. Because I've been in the ministry a long time, and I've heard it many times. Oh, I was watching something on TV, and the guy was just, oh man, he was really saying some great things. He had the Bible open, and I've heard people talking about how the pastor he walked off the edge of the platform, and he hovered there for just a moment. He was sharing it in a TV. He was just hovering there, and he just, or another story of the pastor was making a motion, and he froze, and he was there frozen solid on the platform for 24 hours. Or the other person who says, "Send me some money. If you send me some money, I'll send you my wallet. My wallet is blessed, and these wallets that are blessed will never be empty. But what you need to do is send me some money so I can send you this blessed wallet." Or the other one, "I had this in my office. This guy gave it to me. He said, you got to check this one out. It was a prayer mat. It had 4 angels on each corner, and I was instructed to kneel down, put my wallet, take out the largest bill that I had, put it there, send it to his ministry so he could send me blessings, because the angels are ready to jump all over me and bless me." Didn't work. I sent it to Raul and it came back in. But anyway, new believers, spiritual babies, put anything in their mouth. If the guy's holding a Bible, if the guy says this is true, he says it with such certainty, what does Paul say? He says that we should no longer be children tossed to and fro, carried about by every wind of doctrine. It's a picture of a ship on the sea that is being tossed by a storm, carried about by every wind of doctrine. Wherever the wind blows, you're being pushed in that direction. But what is the motivation? The trickery of men, cunning craftiness. They lie in wait to deceive. He says these people are not the genuine article. They're waiting to prey on you, to take from you what God wants to plant.